Epictetus was born presumably around 55 AD and died around 135 AD, aged 79 to 80. There aren't many known facts about him. In fact, his real name wasn't even Epictetus. It was unknown. Epictetus means acquired and gained in Greek. He was born as a slave in what is now modern-day Turkey and spent most of his youth in Rome as a slave to wealthy businessmen. After gaining his freedom, he taught philosophy in Rome and later found his own school in Nicopolis, Greece. None of Epictetus' personal writing remains to this day. However, his thoughts were scribed and compiled by his student Arrian in two main works, the Discourses and the Handbook. Epictetus was a Greek Stoic philosopher. Prior to him, Stoicism had become a prominent influential school in the Greco-Roman world and had influenced many, especially the educated elite of society at the time. Based on ideas of cynicism and has toned down the more harsher principles of cynicism, Stoicism teaches concepts of self-control and courage, and considers freedom from suffering and clear judgment the goal in life. Stoicism has become practiced by kings, emperors, and presidents historically around the world. The school teaches overcoming destructive emotions and focusing solely on one's own virtues and nature. Say, for example, you walk down a street and see a homeless man sitting on the sidewalk. One would immediately empathize for that man and assume he had mental or physical illnesses that prevent him from working. The school of Stoicism believes that you should see the homeless man objectively, as merely a man wearing rags sitting on the sidewalk. Stoicism believes by empathizing with the man, one is creating obstacles for their own virtues and holy calm. Therefore, one should look at things in an objective point of view to prevent obstacles for their own virtues. Stoicism teaches that everything is part of a single system known as nature. Happiness and harmony are all under this system. Virtues are under an agreement with nature and the sole importance of a man's life. Things like health, social status, and possessions are irrelevant and only avert a man from his freedom. Stoicism is represented in the movie The Matrix, released in 1999, and explores the ideas put forward by Epictetus and Stoicism in a dramatic way. We see a global population of citizens who go along the normal day lives and are all consumed by desires of social status and possessions that are literally blinding them from their freedom. Morpheus asks Neo to choose the red or blue pill, symbolizing his fate or free will. Neo chooses the red pill and sets aside his holy calm and conscience for the truth. His decision led to his fate, which was determined by nature. Cypher, the betrayer, chooses to go back on his virtues and freedom for mundane societal desires. He tells the Matrix agent he wanted to be rich and someone important in society, and was willing to trade in his freedom for it. This is an example of a man against Stoicism beliefs. The idea of Stoicism to me is a confusing idea to put forward. To the extreme, it could be said to be a very selfish outlook on life, teaching to look out for ourselves ultimately over everything else. Although to a point the ideas brought forward make sense and are logical, it would create chaos if all mankind practiced this outlook on life. The idea of Stoicism itself has stemmed from cynicism and has allowed me to alter my views of the world around me. Stoicism presents itself logically, and the thoughts that come with it are easy to understand, and it is clear why so many world leaders once chose to practice Stoicism. However, the idea of all humans aiming for their personal freedom and virtues is one that I believe should not be practiced widely. Although the school practices clear judgment and overcoming destructive emotions, practicing this outlook widely will leave us with a selfish mankind that only cares about their own virtues and ultimately a mankind that practices cynicism. Stoicism was practiced widely by important figures historically, including Marcus Aurelius, the Emperor of the Roman Empire, the Prussian King Frederick the Great, and the Founding Fathers of the United States, and it still influences many today.
Created using PowToon.